No one should be allowed to drink milk tongue first.
Are we? But baby, he brought a rope ladder. He's licking that milk.
What a fucking shit.
Hey, Internet, this is Andrew from Nights of the Drunk Watch, and we're here to talk about The Boys, Season 2, Episode 4.
Hey, everybody. If this is your first time on the Nights of the Drunk Watch, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notifications bell so that you can be notified every time we drop one of these disasters. And our Patreon is also going to be in the link below in case you feel so inclined. Andrew.
All right, so we're the Nights of the Drunk Watch, and now our talk begins. If the collective is equal to Scientology, does that mean the deep is equal to Tom Cruise?
Yes.
I think, yeah, because they're trying to get him to just be their picture boy.
Well, I kept asking myself, what are these little vignettes of women explaining what is love or what does it mean?
So terrible.
Like I kept asking myself, who are these women talking to? And when you put it all together by the end of the episode, they should have gone with that last girl for
Obviously.
sure. But yeah, they're making their power play to put the deep back on the 7 in a big way. To do what? Because he can't seem to execute anything properly.
I think they're doing such a good job of they started him out so shitty, like he was at such a shit-heeled start that now they're just dropping him through the floor of I feel bad for him. I feel it's rough because he is such, he was so shitty because he had such low self-esteem, which doesn't give anyone an excuse. Mm-hmm. But now they're just you have low self-esteem, you did bad things, so now you have to be miserable about it forever. But I like it.
Let's talk about Homelander and his mommy self-love issues.
Oh my goodness.
I can't. I could not.
It was so good to see Elizabeth Shue.
I didn't want to watch
it.
Especially dressed like that, and then it all went to a big shit Sunday.
Well, I just love it because there was so much, they did so well in that scene because me and Thomas were both
what's happening here?
But why? And then we'd forget for a second, and then 20 seconds later, we'd be like, but why? Who is, clone? This robot? What is this? It was so many questions for the entire scene, and then it was revealed.
I had no questions. I was just gagging and I literally I was sitting on the couch watching it on my phone and I covered up my phone and I was looking away because that's how grossed out I was. And then I covered it up and you could still hear the sounds. The thing that got me was the dipping the fingers and I was out.
See, that's what the boys stole from Westworld.
So gross.
This is important. We'll focus on the milk.
I can't drink milk anymore. I can't.
There's just
the same.
too much
Drink
mother's milk on the show.
Drink it and savor every little.
I mean, I'll drink a pint of milk. I'm one of those people, but
yeah. But I mean, I fully support women breastfeeding their babies.
Yeah, that's fine.
I just don't want to. No,
I fully support women breastfeeding their babies anywhere they need to. I am strongly against other people giving Homelander milk. He should not have milk. He's not.
Yes.
No one should be allowed to drink milk tongue first. I just feel that's a strong stance.
Are we putting a challenge out there that there needs to be a supercut of all the milk scenes from the boys?
So let's take a moment now to talk about Compound V and Vought. All right. So first of all, we have a first generation superheroes we've talked about, Liberty and Soldier Boy, who will be played by Dean Winchester in the next season, supposedly. So if they're phase 1, because they were around during World War II, right? Is when they
Liberty was the 70s.
They're phase 1 superheroes. Let's say Vought just creates them, and they show up as superheroes. So then, as I said, made by Vought in a small batch superheroes, right? Then in the 1970s, they have that scheme where they start sending the V all over the place and creating superheroes. So if they introduce their small batch, and people are like, where do superheroes come from? Well, now they're being born all over the place, right? And so do we think that Compound V affects the aging process?
I feel like maybe it could really be something that we find out Vought has been at this for more than 50 years at least, and I feel like we're about to find out Compound V was the beginning, but that was 50 years ago. This is what we have now, Compound XYZ, which has been highly refined. And
You're saying it's possible that Liberty got old and they made her young again.
I'm saying we see the effects of Compound V abused in season 1 and what's happening with A-Train right now. You know, he's totally burned out. His heart's going to give out. I believe they talked about he's being replaced.
But I think
at
that
this
happened
point.
because of Starlight.
No. But he's an example of what a Compound V junkie, you know, what it'll do to you. And I think Stormfront is going to be an example of, again, Vought is a pharmaceutical company. Stormfront is the next generation of Compound V and how effective it can be. You know, almost to the point of not immortality, but like youth regenerating property.
Yeah, so I guess you use it once and it's good. You're a superhero. You use it over and over and over again, and you're fucked.
Yeah, you can use it as a rush, not as yeah.
I feel like Stormfront is actually like that's a power she got. Like her power was like fucking lightning and fucking doesn't grow old.
I was worried about Jensen Ackles being Soldier Boy, as Soldier Boy was a first generation hero. But I mean, think about it. When you're born, you start growing and you grow and you grow and you grow until on average 21. And then at 21, you start dying. I don't know. And I guess until it's explained how Liberty can be Stormfront, I guess we won't know. Let's talk about Butcher and his soup issues versus Becca and her maternal instinct.
What a fucking shit. Okay, before I get on to my whole rant, I didn't realize that she was going in, like when she went to that toll booth, when she went to that little booth to yell at Dr. Park, I thought she was going to the wall of a compound. I didn't think she was
Right.
Yeah,
I thought she was going to the compound.
I thought so too.
So I think that they did that
Agreed.
very well. And now that brings like that, just they didn't have to tell us, but just that idea gives us so much more light on what she really has given up in order to have this child. And just what a fucking idiot to think that he could swoop in and bang her out of her love of her child. Like, this is just such a like.
But he brought a rope ladder. They were gonna go up the rope over the wall.
Just like that is just such a single-minded, and I'm not surprised it's coming from Butcher because all I can think about is I love my wife and that's the most important thing. But she has a son now, and it's not like he's 9 or something. Like she has lived a life.
But he's a soup. He's a soup, so that makes him nothing.
give him some time. I think just like he did with Huey, he's gonna show his mettle. So yeah, he done fucked up this time, but I think he's gonna grow, and honestly I think she's gonna die and he's gonna take the kid.
Okay, so Homelander versus Stormfront. You know, what is up with Stormfront's Vought issues?
It's Boomer versus Millennials. Man, she's
a mouthpiece. She's a
No, but I mean she joins the Seven, she goes to work for Vought, and all she's been doing since she arrived is go around saying how horrible they are.
She's working for
public.
Edgar. She's working for Edgar.
If she's working for Edgar, then he is probably, and I don't know what his plan is for the Seven, but his plan is to make sure that the pharmaceutical company does well. And so her being, I feel like they can use her to kind of create what they need, but she also points it out is that she doesn't need 50,000 fans. She needs 5,000 soldiers. And that's what she's going to get people to fight for exactly what she wants.
Yes, she is definitely working for Edgar, and following that train of thought further, I think Edgar wants to get rid of Homelander. He wants to take all of Homelander's power away, and the best way to do that is to introduce a snappy, young, fucking hip millennial, woman who don't take no shit,
who knows how to
and take his power away.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. She's charismatic. She's everything that Homelander is not.
Well, and she's populism, and he's more corporatist.
To disagree, Homelander is not the corporatist. He is off in his own
He's a nut job.
In his own world. He's on Mars. He's Dr. Manhattan right now. He's so far removed from humanity. He sees them as less than nothing. And we see that arc definitely come to fruition at the end of this episode. he doesn't need anybody.
I want him to die. I don't know if I've told y'all that, but I would love.
He's so horrible.
Instead of killing him, I think the better storyline would be to just strip him of his powers, let him raise his son with no powers, and his son have powers.
No, I don't want him around. Like I feel like I am feeling less anger towards him now that it's not an entire episode of him manipulating and controlling his rape victim and their child.
So right now we have misogyny and racism.
What is up with Almond Joy?
Is there a stockpile of Almond Joy they're trying to push on us, like on Amazon, or what?
Just
Buy Almond Joy.
It's just, you know, it's just like we had it 3 times, and it was very specifically pointed out. Why would they? It's what is it? M&M Mars? I don't know. I think that and Fresca because it's weird.
And the fact that they were such prominent odd products, like so off. It's not that they used Sprite or 7-Up, which would still be a weird choice, but not as weird as Fresca. Like they didn't use Kit Kat, which is still a slightly odd. It's not a Snickers bar.
They used Fresca because Mountain Dew is too disgusting. Period.
There's not even a sell on Almond Joy on your own fucking show. Do something right.
Marketing.
Yeah, marketing. Hello.
So speaking of the Austin Billy Joel scene, do you think Huey and Annie have found some closure?
No, she's playing his ass.
They had a breakup bang, and now it's over.
She's playing him.
I'm just not into it. Like, I don't fucking care. I wasn't even like that section was like, oh, okay, this is happening.
Or at least she is being realistic about this, of being like, obviously there's a connection, and I think it stems from she just almost got hand murdered in an elevator. Like, she knows that any off step, she could die.
That's what makes it so awesome.
All right, so let's talk about Frenchie and Kimiko. Kimiko is coming off of her brother being blamed for everything and
killed
and murdering all the people in the project.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. And
I don't feel like anybody's reacting well to anything except for maybe Mother's Milk.
Mother's Milk.
Somebody needs to get these bitches in order.
He's getting it done.
And Frenchie is like that was just such an inappropriate moment to go in for a kiss. I cringed so harder than I did for Homelander. I cringed at that scene. They cannot complete a task together. Last season, they were fucking killing, kidnapping, getting to people. They were doing all sorts of things. This season, they're like, side mission.
Because they were a trio. It was Frenchie and MM and Butcher, and they were the boys. So now they have Huey or Butcher or both of them, and so they have to re-jostle to figure out their position.
Kimiko and Starlight.
Mm-hmm. I think Starlight needs to join the boys. Give up on the 7 and just peace out.
We're the Knights of the Drunk Watch.
And
now our talk has ended.
If Homelander had a Dracarys word, it would be mayonnaise.